Hello, in this video we will get to know other uses of if statements. In this example, we will be comparing strings. To make this more interesting, we will be creating an algorithm that will order 3 strings in ascending order. For us to be able to perform this task, let us remember according to the principles of order and probability. There are 2 ways of ordering data. The first one is used by combinations, which are used when the order doesn't matter. If we use the words that are in the example in the same order, we will find that the first combination is syrup, syrup, syrup. However, when ordering data, the last thing we would like to see are repetitions. For that reason, permutations exist and will be used as the order matters when sorting data. In this case, when using the same data to the right, we will find that the first permutation will be syrup, apple, banana. Even though the first permutation is not ordered in ascending order, if we calculate the number of possible ways to sort these 3 words, we will find out that there are 6 possibilities, and only one of them is sorted in ascending order. Let us remember that when using permutation notation, P is the number of permutations, N is the total number of objects in the set, in this case 3 as that is the number of words, and R is the number of objects chosen from that set to permutate, which is also 3 because we want to get groups of those 3 words without duplication. Now, how would a program know if a permutation is sorted or not? Well, there are 2 main methods that Java offers to compare strings. On one side, we have the equals method, which is set to true when 2 strings have the same characters in number and order. On the other side, we have the compare to method that depends on the relational operator used to be set to true or false. For example, if string 1 is apple and string 2 is banana, the compare to method will be set to false, as apple has less value when checking the Unicode of the letters A and B. Therefore, if we perform the same comparison but with the relational operator inverted, we will find out that in lexicographical order, apple has less value than banana. Now that we understand all the fundamentals of comparing strings, let's get into the coding part. First, we need to import our scanner to ask the user for the 3 words that we will be ordering. We prompt the user with indicators to input each word and also create string variables to store that data. Remember that it is good practice to close the scanner as we only need to ask for those values. As we saw in the explanation, there are 6 different possibilities for a permutation to be sorted in ascending order. For that reason, to find the one that is ordered, we will use an if-else-if construction along with our compare to method. If we think about it, the first word that will appear in ascending order will be the one with the minimum Unicode value. That is why our first comparison will be if word 1 has less value than word 2. We add the equal signs to handle duplications of data. For example, if a user wants to sort 2 A's along with a banana. Let us remember that when 3 strings are ordered, the second string has more value than the first one and less value than the third one. For that reason, the next part of our code will be to add an and operator and compare if the second word has less or equal value than the third one. If those 2 comparing statements are set to true, it means that the first permutation is the sorted one. Now, after we have designed our if statement, what is left to code inside is the printing of our words in the order we stated. As we did with the first one, we can continue doing else-if statements with the rest of the permutations until we reach the 6th one. For the last part of the comparing block, we only need to put an else statement and print the last permutation. And that's it. If we compile and run our code, we find out that we can sort words in ascending order. Later on, you'll be able to perform the same task but with any number of values without having to write a number of permutation else-if statements. But for now, you learned to compare strings along with decision structures. I hope this was helpful, and happy coding!